Amid ongoing trade tensions with the West, latest figures show China's inbound direct foreign investment recording a year-on-year drop of 28% in the first 4 months of 2024. Still, some companies say they remain committed over the long haul, as Deborah Wong reports.
It's been nearly a year since OCBC's rebranding campaign to sharpen its focus on Greater China. The Singapore banking group said it brought in US $370 million in revenue last year, putting it on track to achieve the target it set last July to capture US $2.2 billion in incremental revenue from 2023 to 2025.
The growth of new Chinese company heading to Singapore and the region, the number of customers we bank with increased by 45%. Capturing some of the new payments technology, etc. We are one of the first Singapore bank to link up with Alipay Plus. And since we linked with them in September, by the end of the year, we see 7 times of our customers using the app because of that flow of money across Greater China and ASEAN and the investment opportunity that we're able to turn up with additional revenues.
OCBC is reaffirming its commitment to the Greater China strategy, even as the Chinese economy is battered by headwinds, such as an ongoing property crisis.
We see a lot more intra-Asia flow. We see a lot more north to south. As we look at what are the challenges in the world, we will continue to shape our strategy accordingly. So putting investments into areas that is not so much impacted by trade, so that investors from the north, as they start in Singapore and rest of ASEAN, will be able to serve them.
Some Asian companies that I spoke with share similar sentiments. Despite simmering geopolitical tensions, they say that the world's second largest economy remains too big of a market to ignore, and they're adapting to changes to make sure that they'll still be around when things look up again.
I think it's still one of the largest import and export partner for South Korea, and it's too big to ignore, simply. The level of complexity in terms of operating in China has gone up significantly. However, I'll recommend to many of my clients to find a capable and trustworthy partner as a new strategy instead of trying to do everything on your own in China, because the changes are too fast, too drastic. I think I do see a lot of people who have persevered through COVID and now have stayed in China. I think they're going to reap the benefit when China bounces back.
Taiwan, a Thai-based food company that exports tapioca to China, for instance, believes the deep connection between Southeast Asia and China will withstand any geopolitical storm.
The Chinese government has put a big emphasis on food security, and in the food security is also about the quality and the standard of supply chains. So traceability in terms of source of origin. So we've been working a lot with our procurement teams, our supply control, going all the way to the farm. We don't foresee in the next foreseeable future to have kind of like significant tariff or trade barriers between Southeast Asia and China, because there's really a very strong mutual dependence between the Chinese economy and Southeast Asian economies. So the flow of food products will continue to go both ways.
Top Chinese leaders' recent frequent interactions with the business sector have sparked speculation that reviving foreign investments and the economy will top the agenda of the long-anticipated third plenum scheduled in July. During his recent meeting with Samsung chairman Lee Jae-yong in Seoul, Premier Lee Chiang said foreign-funded companies are an indispensable force for his country's development. This as Western officials threaten new trade barriers and tech restrictions as they accuse China of industrial overcapacity and unfair trade practices. Deborah Wong, CNA, Hong Kong.